Good afternoon. My name is Judge Mary Colleen Roberts, and I am the president of the Illinois Judges Association. Today, you're with me for the May edition of the President's Vlog. And with me today is Justice Liz Rochford, the incoming IJA president for the 25-26 term. Welcome, Justice Rochford. It's so good to see you.
So glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
And now, where are you? You look like you're not in Chicago.
I am in Springfield. We're in the middle of the May term, which is 2 weeks. But Mary Colleen, I want to especially thank you because you yesterday were in Springfield with us. You made the trip both ways in one day to attend the Illinois Judges Foundation and Illinois State Bar Foundation Legal Luminaries event. But you also came to the Illinois Supreme Court into this very courtroom to make a very special dedication. One of the gavels of Judge Andy Matossian, which is a handmade gavel, and you presented it to the Illinois Supreme Court. It was one of the coolest and most meaningful presentations. All of my colleagues on the Supreme Court were wowed by your words. I'd love to hear about it from your perspective.
Well, it's my pleasure to have presented that gavel for installation to the Supreme Court for its official opening and closing of all proceedings. I never imagined that I would stand at the podium before the Supreme Court and give any sort of presentation, let alone presenting something as emblematic of our justice system to the highest court in the land. It was a profound experience for me and one I will treasure forever.
Well, on the receiving end, it was the same. You looked fabulous at that podium. You were articulate, and it was just a powerful moment. And we are so pleased to have this handmade gavel of Judge Matossian now a part of our court's history going forward. And he was the longest serving judge in Illinois history. How many years?
53.
53 years. So cool.
Yeah. He definitely is a symbol of what judges do and how they serve the public fairly in making sure that justice is served. So thanks for mentioning that.
It was awesome.
So we're here today to talk about your theme as you come into your next year as president of the Illinois Judges Association. What is your theme, Liz?
So my theme is simple. It's building a bridge from the courthouse to the community.
I like it. Could you tell us more about it?
So it has revealed itself to me, which is something I know you laugh at me for saying, but
I love
in
that.
life, things reveal themselves. And I've been on the IJA board as an officer for 5 years. I've been following you around, Mary Colleen, during that time. And I have learned so much from my judicial colleagues about leadership. And in recent years, we've focused on reorganization, on important things like judicial independence, judicial decision-making was your theme. And I have spent 2 years on the campaign trail running for the Illinois Supreme Court, 2.5 years since my election on the Supreme Court, being out in the community, talking about the work of the courts has been a big part of my experience. At Rotaries, League of Women Voters, local libraries, churches, parks, anywhere that people gather, we should be there talking about the things that we do every day. And it's been my personal experience that regular people know very little about how courts work, but they're very genuinely interested. And there are misunderstandings and misperceptions about judges and the courts that's coupled with and amplified by some attacks on the independence of the judiciary, and that can result in distrust. But by getting into the community, by sharing accurate information directly from a judicial source, we establish transparency, which translates into improved confidence in the courts. And we know that confidence in the courts as a co-equal branch of government is essential to maintaining democracy. And who better to deliver this message than judges?
I couldn't agree more. And it is such an awesome and empowering theme for this year because it gives everyone, every judge, an opportunity to step out and into the community and be a part of the mission of the Illinois Judges Association. So I know you've been working hard on getting ready for this year so that you can hit the ground running. What are some of the things that are in place or about to be in place?
Well, we started by identifying what we already do well and what has been successful at the IJA. We know how to put programs together that reach into the community. For example, our extraordinarily successful and impactful In Schools program, where judges are in schools at every grade level, talking with, reading to, engaging with students. But we're tweaking that content a little bit, and these presentations will be more focused on adult audiences. And while this idea was still rolling around and taking shape in my head, our amazing media committee, under the leadership of Cecilia Horan and Dan Jessica, picked up the ball and ran with it. They started developing talking points on a variety of subjects that are interesting, appealing to the public, and are also within the boundaries of our judicial code of ethics. Things like how judges are elected or appointed, history and interesting facts about our courts, including our Illinois Supreme Court. What is the rule of law? What's judicial independence? Then our educational programming committee, under the leadership of Jenny Johnson and Claire Quish, they followed immediately. And they've already started planning videos to support judges going into the community. Things like how to connect with a local community group that's a good fit, tips on public speaking, overcoming nerves, and other committees will be joining in a myriad of other ways too. The enthusiasm is high and it's really all starting to come together.
It sounds like you already have a toolkit set where the judges can just reach into that toolkit and look around in it and find what it is that they need to make that presentation to that community group be meaningful and impactful.
Exactly, because you want to be talking about things that something that actually interests you, you care about. And so judges will have a great variety of topics. And then, of course, they'll make it their own. It's not a script that has to be followed specifically. Judges will be encouraged to be creative in their own presentations.
So the next step is to mobilize the judges to get out there and do it. And I see today's conversation as the first step in getting the word out about your theme. What else are you envisioning doing to get people on the move?
Well, you're always a progressive, Mary Colleen, so thank you for giving me my first opportunity to reach out to our judicial community and introduce this topic and theme. But I know this is a really big ask. And judges appear publicly in court every day, but less typically they're stepping into the community in this kind of a way. So I am committed to traveling the state. I intend to go to all 25 judicial circuits, and I'm going to make a personal appeal to every judge in Illinois, asking them to step into the community just one time and reassuring them that we'll be here to support them completely with materials and the connections that they need. I'm an optimist, but I'm confident that if a judge ventures into the community even one time, the experience will be so rewarding that he or she will do it again. And the impact on the community, the perception and understanding of the work of the courts will be positive and immeasurable in scope.
Well, I accept your invitation, Liz, and I will step into the community. And
I know I could count on you, Mary Colleen. Thank you.
Well, you've got me. And if you want a traveling companion into any one of those or all of those 25 circuits, you just give me a call. I'll be there.
I got your number.
I know you do. So is there anything else you want to tell us about your year, or are you just looking forward to getting ready and getting into it?
You know, I would just want to say I am simultaneously grateful and excited. Grateful for the exceptional past leadership of our great organization, which has laid the foundation and established the model, especially you, Mary Colleen. I said I've been following you around. You are my Energizer Bunny mentor and friend, and I'm so grateful to you for teaching me so much. And I'm also grateful to be on this amazing journey in the company of more than 1,300 members. We tipped the scales during the course of your presidency, I will add, over 1,300 members. But in the company of these members of the IJA, the future is so inevitably bright, and I'm proud.
Well, I am too. And as I was getting ready this afternoon, I realized this is my last president's vlog. And in 2 weeks, the mantle of the presidency will be transferred to you. And so what I want to say to everyone who's watching and all the members of the Illinois Judges Association and even the public that's watching, and that is, I am so grateful and humbled to have had this experience as president of the Illinois Judges Association. It's been transformative. It's provided me with opportunities I never imagined I would be able to walk into, through, and out of. And with that, I believe that my life has been enriched and I've become a better person for that. So to all of you, thank you for the opportunity. And to you, Liz Rochford, you're a good friend, and I cherish that forever. So thank you.
So grateful.
And everyone, have a nice day.